going on, YouTube? This is Fish Freak Phil coming to with another video of my Cobalt Aquatics C-Vue 40 and my Fluval Evo 13.5. As you can see, most of the stuff is gone and the tanks are still here. So right now I'm in the process of setting up tanks, holding tanks at the house, and then we're going to start moving things over. Tanks have been neglected, and that's just the fact. You know, we're trying to move and get everything set up at the house, moving, prepping, all that stuff. It just happens. It's going to happen. Like I'm only one person, so I don't have a team of people like, you know, monitoring the tanks and doing all the stuff needful for them to keep them going. But that being said, I've been able to continue keeping things going. I've not been able to do as many water changes as I've liked in the last month. There's that. However, the fish are getting fed daily, as I typically do. I'm here like once a day. This glass was looking horrible. I just scraped it yesterday and it was bad. I was gonna film yesterday, I just didn't have time. Corals are looking okay. I was sugar dosing for a while, but stopped. But even that being said, still algae has subsided quite a bit. And the corals look pretty dope. The Duncan is looking really, really awesome. Let's show you some shots of it. Looking pretty dope. Everything's looking pretty good. Outside of my rocks, really, still have algae on them. Brush out there. I think even Bryopsis at this point is. So I want to say it is Bryopsis. I'm not going to have reflux. I'm not using it. I've noticed that sugar dosing is going to be what I'm going to do. On top of that, I also wanted to give you an update on this little grow light I got off of Amazon for about $9. This thing is a beast. It does, like, for the first time I've actually the first time ever I've actually had to harvest shado out of the back of this refugium. It has not grown that much, and in about a couple weeks time it basically filled this whole compartment. I didn't realize that until I actually looked in there and pulled it out, and basically it was a block. It was the shape of the actual container, the area here. Took it out, cut it down to about a fourth of it, and dumped it back in there. So this thing is awesome. They have a whole bunch of different ones. If you look at Amazon, you know, they have ones with 2 heads, 1 head, all different brands. Any one of those I think is going to do the job. That's if you don't want to go with, I know there's actual fusion lights that costs upwards of, you know, cheapest one I've seen I think was the AI Prime one, which is about $200. Don't quote me on that. Do your research, check that out. I'm sure it works. I mean, I love the AI Primes, and I know they have the AI Freshwater, which is also I've seen live, which is I have to say, looks like sunlight. I've never I would take that over Kessel any day. I mean, that's me. I've seen Kessels, yeah, blah blah blah. I would take that Freshwater Prime AI over, yeah, that thing is beautiful. Anyway, this tank is looking pretty good. Surprisingly enough, this hasn't been running for almost a month and a half, about month and a half. And it's literally, the only thing that's basically running back here is this fusion. It's full of Chado right now. It is just running on all 5 cylinders, all cylinders are firing, and it is like doing its job. It's doing its thing. The reason why I'm not running this is every time this fills up, I can't get this water to at a low level where without it boiling over into the cup. So it almost becomes useless. So I stopped using it at all. I think eventually what I'm gonna try and do is get another cup and experiment and drill a hole and put a pipe out into a larger collection cup, just to see if I can get that just draining into a larger container, because this this works great, but it's a small, and it's a nano. Like you know, how large can you expect the collection cup to be? But it's a pain in the butt if you don't want to change it every day, day and a half, or whatever you have it set to. Usually, when I have it set correctly, properly, and it's working well, it'll take me every 3, sometimes even 4 days before I have to spill it out. But that's depending on the Chado in the back here. Let's see how my auto top off is going. Anyway, sorry about that. Yeah, corals are looking pretty dope. Fish are doing well. I'm planning on, look at my rocks in the back corner there. Look at that. They've taken over, which is what I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be moving the fish into separate tanks from the corals, and I'm actually gonna do a quarantine, especially of this tank here, because I know I have ick in here. That's just what it is. So I'm actually gonna do a proper quarantine because I'll actually be able to, and I'll have them out of the tank for about 6 to 8 weeks, maybe even longer. I don't know. We'll see. Because I'll be adding other fish, different fish, because I'm actually getting rid of a couple of fish in here. But we'll see. That's for another video, another time. Same thing with here. No ick in here. Haven't seen ick in here in, God, this tank is actually going on 3 years. This April will be 3 years for it, and I haven't seen it in probably, God, I don't remember the last time I've seen ick in this tank. So I'm not really worried about doing a quarantine for this tank, but I am going to be removing fish. I might be adding different fish in there. But if that's the case, I will quarantine 6 to 8 weeks. I may do it just because, who knows, we'll see. But yeah, that's what's happening. I'm excited, nervous at the same time. I've moved my freshwater tank before, actually coming to this apartment, but it's different because nothing is cemented or cemented in either tank, so I have to remove everything. I'm not a fan of taking the corals that's already crusted on the rocks off the rocks. Therein lies another issue. It's in itself. So I may have to do that. Some of these I'm not looking forward to. I'm going to try to move them without doing that, which is going to make things a lot more difficult to move. But therein lies the challenge. But I have time to do so. So I'm going to take advantage of that and start as soon as possible. Anyway, just want to give you an update on things. I'll give you guys a view of where the 125/180 will be going. I know I've said 180. 125 is really my dream size tank, but I like 180's profile better. I like the width on the 180. And it's basically, other than that, it's very much similar in length. It's actually the same length, but we'll see. Money is definitely going to determine what I do. Like I said, I'm not a beneficiary of any other manufacturers, so this is all out of pocket for me. However, if y'all want to throw in, go ahead. But for real, yeah. So I'm doing it all myself, so obviously it's going to take a little time, but I like to keep you guys updated on my future plans and how things are going. But yeah, we'll see. These guys are hungry right now, so that's why they're all like waiting for me, like telling me to shut the hell up and feed them. So anyway, this is Fish Freak Phil, giving you an update on both my Fluval Evo 13.5. Check it out. Not yet. Cool down. And my Cobalt Aquatics C-Vue 40. Do your research, try things out, and see what happens. Later, y'all.